So another story from my childhood was the family had this lake property, which is where I live now. And it's about 30 miles, 25, 30 miles outside of Seattle, up in the foothills. And it's on a lake. And it was a fun place to come and swim and fish and cut wood and just be a kid out in nature. After a while, the old man built a cabin. And so we had a cabin. We didn't have running water. We had an outhouse. You know, typical old stuff. And in the outhouse, they'd put lye, I think, or something down the hole to freshen it up. But the outhouse, all outhouses had flies. I remember talking to an old lady when we were on our trip back east, and my dad's cousin, Claire May Bybee, and she talked about the outhouses back there and how awful they were. But I mean, if you had to use them because they didn't have indoor plumbing. So anyway, back to when I was a kid rather than 75 years before I was a kid. We'd drive up here, and at the bottom of the hill, there's about a 3-mile, pretty good hill that you have to go by, and on the left side coming up, there's a cemetery. And the old man would talk about some of the stories about this cemetery. And there were people that would go up to this one grave, and it was, I guess, Captain Bob. And so the rumor had it that they'd walk up to Captain Bob's grave, stand there for a little bit, let everything acclimate, and they'd look down at it and they'd say, "What are you doing down there, Captain Bob?" And they'd, for a while, listen for a while. And sometimes you'd hear this little nothing at all. I guess, so what if someone just continues to be, their spirit continues to be, and they just lay down there in some kind of container, and they're doing nothing at all the whole time? Just think about it. He'd say, nothing at all. Okay, well, that's that. Back to nothing at all. Bye. So after I made the little video about the Falls City Cemetery, I thought I would wander down the hill and go walk through the cemetery and find the grave of Captain Bob. Felt pretty spooky down there, to tell you the truth. I've always kind of liked cemeteries because of the spooky feeling. So I wandered around a little bit and felt some strange energy. And who knows what goes on. So I'm just going to tell you that I came home and there was some of that strange energy followed me home. It's only about 2 miles away. And so as I came into the house, I felt like something was following me. Strange feeling. I don't know if I believe in ghosts or not, but something was going on. So then I go in the bedroom and I look at the top blanket, and I'll be damned if, well, I'll try and in this video show you what the top blanket on my bed looks like, and you can make your own determination. And like I said, I'm not, I don't know if I believe in ghosts. I know that there are people out there that go into old buildings and they measure temperature changes and listen for some audio talk, or I've heard that. I mean, you can't, it's kind of like there's a noise and they make up what the person or the ghost or the entity or whatever is saying, and they measure electrical stuff. Now, it's hard for me to believe in that stuff, but when you see what I see in my bedroom on the top blanket, you might give it a second thought yourself. So hopefully I was able to impose that picture on this video, and maybe we'll talk about it later. Thanks. Bye.